I don't know if it's like super niche, but have you infiltrated like, I guess like exotic dancing communities where like people will use poles to dance and then they, strip dance like
Oh, I have
pole
not.
dancers, yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
not. What's
They're pretty cool.
there's a world for that like what do they call FBT Heaven or
You're
something,
making me
right?
want to go watch them
F-
dance.
FBT heaven, yeah.
Something like that,
So
right?
stuff like that. They have their, yeah. Sometimes they have groups where they just have like their own bunch of dancers. They host events where they have their own dancers. They like obviously the dancers dance. People can watch. In certain groups, there's more exotic and unsafe for work dancers, or you can get like a personal lap dance and this and that. But overall, for like I guess the general public, if you're an adult and you're verified, mostly like going to a strip club and you can see the dancers dance and they have all of them have their own unique dances, I suppose. You know, people are just chilling around and it's pretty cool. You can talk to like the dancers or like the host eventers and stuff like that. Probably interview them and kind of see like what goes behind the scene.
Hey, Yuri, can I ask you a question?
Hello.
Hey, um, feel free to say no. I make YouTube videos where one of the things I do is interview people in VRChat, and I was actually wanted to ask you guys about like the dancing community in VRChat, if you'd be cool to talk to me about it, because I see you're the co-owner, so of the group.
Yeah, I actually grabbed Sleepy on that one.
Behind on payments, Meeps.
Okay, all right.
What can I do for you?
He's like,
I'm
oh
not
god,
so
what are you
answer that one.
dragging me
I don't know
into?
that answer.
I make YouTube videos where I interview people in VRChat. I'm interested in talking to people in the dancing community, kind of like because I know like I heard like some people actually do it as like a profession and stuff. I'm like interested in knowing how that works. If you'd be interested in talking to me for a video,
I mean, sure, we can talk real quick.
so if you could kind of help me out a little bit in understanding kind of what the community is, how that it works, might help me figure out kind of what questions to ask, to dancers or people who manage the clubs here and stuff.
Oh yeah, no. I just got onto the fucking full body scene just a few like a week ago. So we're still kind of developing and shit. But from the most part, most of the dancers are really fucking friendly. As long as you don't come at them fucking sideways, they won't come at you sideways for the most part. Every now and then you get your dickhead, but that's everywhere.
Yeah,
You
right,
know,
right.
fucking this was just something I kind of thought in the back of my mind, like, hey, this would be fun to do, and sure as shit it was. I started my group a while ago, and just coming here fucking skyrocketed us in numbers, and shit. Um, most of the dancers you come across are going to be 18 plus types of dancers anyway. So the fact that the people wanted this group like completely, or the world completely 18 plus works out. But the variety of dancers you're going to come across, you've got your real bubbly personalities, you got your people who are just there to do their dance, and that's it. And you got the people that are going to sit there and talk to everybody. So far, it's been a great community to be a part of.
So, what we do here is just create that opportunity for others to kind of just expand, right? You got the bouncers, your stereotypical. Yes, I realize on YouTube and on other platforms they express how the bouncers are power hungry, this, that, and the third. But the way this group runs is more so about family. So we try to bring those that we are close with and try to expand our quote unquote family. Me personally, I'm a moderator that oversees all the other moderators. Got my wife here that's also a moderator. She just recently got into the position itself, and there's like a hierarchy. Usually there's staff and training and learning about like, oh, well, what is the best way to run an instance and what exactly my quote unquote job would be to help out the instance itself, right? Then you got HR. They deal with more so customers coming in, which you got our other staff that are bartenders, dancers, depending on what instance we're running. FBT, you got dancers, and then you got bartenders, right? Then the moderators float around. They patrol. They are usually in charge of like just trying to keep the racism down, trolling.
Oh, somebody fucking teleported him. Somebody
Oh,
teleported
he
him.
must have some business to do.
But going off of what he said, like there's a bunch of different positions. Like he said, you got staff and training, you got moderators, supervisors, HR, owners. We each have different roles in this. Like bartenders man the bar, dancers dance, bouncers are up at the front, make sure people are getting verified to come inside and this and that and third. You know how it is, how you were when you first came in.
Right,
They
right,
asked your age and everything.
right.
Oh, there's a crasher.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, we can maybe wait for him to load back in if you want, or if you can answer this question,
That's-
maybe.
That was weird.
There he is.
Oh, there you are. All right. Well,
Sorry.
okay. Now you're back. All right.
There was a incident.
No, you're good. You're good. I know you guys are. You got a job to do. You got to make. Trust me. I've been to a lot of VRChat worlds. I've probably interviewed like 1,000 people in VRChat, and without moderation, because VRChat's not gonna fucking do it. So without moderation, worlds just turn to shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming most of them have full body tracking, right? Like that's kind of the idea.
Yeah. It's full body tracking is the main go-to for dancers. Not a cheap thing to get into either. Cheapest you can get for like 5 trackers right now is like $300.
Okay. So
Fucking-
yeah, they're
it's-
kind of
it's
committed to it,
absurdity.
huh?
Oh yeah, no. And you know, right now our current most people do it for the love of the game. From what I've seen so far, they just do it because they can, you know, showing off a talent that they have, and if they make the money off it, then they make the money off it. But at half the time, they don't even care if they do.
So that is something that I was interested in asking about because I've heard about it before, but I don't really know like exactly how that would work. Like how so there some people do make money doing like dancing in VRChat, right?
It's called they either have like a Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo that they have, and they'll put it in their bio, and they'll if you read their bios and whatnot, they're like, hey, if you want to tip me, here's my shit, you know. And some of the people on here spend crazy fucking money on people. It's absurd. Just a few weeks ago, I was in a group. This chick got a fucking $300-400 tip, like rent money kind of tip, like just because the dude really liked the fucking dance. And you know, you get the weirdos that are really into it like that, and you get the normal people who are just like, hey, that's cool. And then you know, it's like a spectrum type shit. You get the people who don't like it, the people who do, and then you get once you've been doing it long enough, you'll start running into the people that are willing to pay you for your services and shit.
So in regards to like when it comes to having dancers and stuff, like can anyone just get up on the stage and dance, or like is there some kind of like process for that, or like how exactly does that work?
So with that, you usually have to find a admin. So in this world particularly, you got its own hierarchy, right? You got administrator, that's at the very top. They can assign, they can take away perms and stuff like that. You got moderator. They can teleport players, jail players, and also give out certain perms. Staff, you can get people in. Bartender, DJ, and also performer, which is the dancers, they can only do their part, and that's it. Now, to get up on the stage to dance, usually full body or half body or just performer in general can come up to a person of staff, and they will point you into the right direction of an admin. As of myself, Uzi here or even the server owner, and they can provide you that server.
Mix of both. Right now we just have it set up for dedicated people. And if someone wants to dance, they have to either come get me or Yuri. Just because we have to give them the perms, because we just had someone who was supposedly doing a comedy sketch get on stage and was like one of the most political 7 minutes I've ever fucking heard.
Right, right.
So you got to be really careful who you let on stage and shit.
Yeah, bro, who you looking at?
I was just seeing what was going on in here.
Nothing of interest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
It's Mari and so it's Mari and Teddy. Son said the world. I said.
No alcohol?
Holy shit, is she on a real pole?
Yeah.
Holy fucking hell. So this is not a prepared question, so I'm trying to think of exactly how to phrase this, but so I saw you up there a minute ago, and it looks like you were like actually on a pole in real life. Are you actually like on a pole in real life with like the fucking headset on?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I have a pole right in the middle of my dead center of my living room.
Oh my gosh, that seems scary with the headset on, because you can't see it.
Yeah. It kind of is, but after doing it for so long, it's kind of like you just get used to it. It's very scary still, obviously, but you just kind of get used to it a little bit more.
Being on an actual pole in real life, like with all of that shit on, would be terrifying to me. I think I'd cry.
But yeah, I have knee trackers as well. So sometimes they get under like the points, like my key strong points when holding onto a pole, and I slide off. But other than that, that's probably the only terrifying thing.
Oh yeah, because
about being on VR.
Isn't like a majority of being on the pole is like, you know, you use like the creases in your legs and your arms and shit to hold you up.
Yes.
That seems scary.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Or like grip points, you know.
Yeah.
The grip points are insane. Sometimes they're blocked, sometimes they're not. It really depends.
So how long have you been doing dancing in VRChat? I'm assuming you have full body tracking. That's correct.
Yeah. But I've been dancing for 2 years ish, 3, just on FBT.
I've been dancing in VRChat for like about a year now. About a year and 3 months, 2 months.
I've been dancing for 6 months, give or take. Probably give. I honestly don't keep track, but it's definitely been less than a year.
I personally have not been dancing long, at least not in public. I dance sometimes. I used to dance for my own group. So I'd say maybe like half a year, somewhere around that time frame.
Okay. Like, is it usually? I'm assuming it's like in the FBT club and stuff like that, or do you do it in like are there other worlds for that or something like that?
I don't think there's other worlds, not that I know of. I usually only come here and dance. I'm usually solo. I usually don't dance on people, so I'm very new to dancing, like doing lap dances. Usually, a lot of my work is just by myself.
Oh, so like stage dancing and stuff like that.
I like did it for like I think a couple weeks, and then I stopped for a little bit, and then I did another couple weeks. I think like maybe altogether it might be like around a month or so.
How long, or I guess like, you know, because you said you did a little bit. How much dancing did you do? Like, did you do
I
it for
probably
a
did
couple
it
weeks?
for about a year, a little less than a year.
Okay, was it mostly in the FBT club? Because I know there was the other one that was like really popular at one point.
So I worked for what was it called?
It was like FBT Haven or
Was it-
something. It used to be really popular, from my understanding.
So I did dance in there, but I also danced for another club. I can't quite remember the name. I do know the owners. I'm not gonna name drop them for reasons.
Yeah, no worries,
but-
no worries. You don't have to get that specific about it.
Yeah.
I have been dancing inconsistently for 4 months.
Okay.
I'm very new to VRChat compared to a lot of other people in this community.
Do you have like the full body tracking set up and everything?
I have sets point, I have a chest, a hip, 2 elbows, and 2 ankles.
If you don't mind me asking, and it's okay if you don't remember, how much was the full body tracking set? Like how much did that cost?
Each tracker goes for 140 average price, and then base stations are 200. 40 times it's whatever that is.
I've been dancing in VRChat for 2 years and some change. I started in September of 2023.
You can interview me anytime because I'm a very horny SpongeBob. Oh my god.
If you don't mind, I don't know why, but this world is fucking lagging me the fuck out. Could they move to a different world where it's like just us?
And you can interview
I mean,
me
if you
by
don't
doing
mind,
this.
Kitty and Astral just tagging along.
Of course, yeah, no, yeah, they're entirely welcome to join. Maybe not SpongeBob, because SpongeBob seems like a dick.
Well, you can just kick him if he joins the instance.
Yeah.
We'll go somewhere comfortable. Come on.
So I've been dancing in general for about a year now, roughly. He's the one who actually got me on stage for the first time because I am honestly extremely shy and awkward.
Yeah, so she's been dancing for a year, but like her club scene is more like probably about 4 months of dancing.
4 months.
Like
Yeah.
like at
And
clubs and
clubs.
stuff. I started dancing 3 years ago for a couple of clubs, and then I kind of fell off of it. But I recently got back into dancing. So like total time, probably about a year. But overall dancing, a lot longer.
So in the time that you've been dancing in VRChat, one thing that I've heard from some of the other dancers that I've interviewed is sometimes they'll like get tips or get like paid for like private dances or something. Like, have you ever made any money doing private dances or doing getting tips or anything like that?
No, I'm still very much a beginner/baby dancer. That's what we call beginner dancers in this community, are baby dancers. I'm still very much one. I have my dancer duo, Anime, which if you need someone else to interview, he is an amazing dancer and he would love to be interviewed by you. But I've only performed a couple of times and I have really bad stage fright, so I kind of keep my dances more private, just one-on-one.
No, I never really wanted to. I never liked the idea of getting paid for dancing. I do this as a hobby and because of the fact that I really like it and I want to show my passion. I don't like getting paid for it. I've been offered many times to be paid and I instantly deny them.
So before I put my Cash App in my bio, I never had it in my bio. I recently just put it in because I was going through a hard time and I was being like, whatever money helps, it helps. I never put it in for people to pay me for dancing.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, that's just I've heard that some people, you know, do get paid money to do dancing and stuff in VRChat or
Some people do. Some people do.
So I make money strictly because of my pole dancing. It's not really on anyone, and it's usually just because they're like, "Wow, you're an amazing dancer. Keep up the good work," and they'll give me like money for like gear, anything that I need when it comes to like dancing and whatnot. I think the most that I've made out of, I guess you could call it tip money, the most I've made is about like 300 USD in like a single night, and that was strictly off of like club work, and that was it.
Is that something that happens like frequently? Like where you like get tips for like, you know, whenever you dance, or is that kind of like every once in a blue moon type of thing?
It happens pretty frequently, but it's not like I get like 300, but that's just the most I've made overall in a single night. But like I'll get like $50 here, $10 here, 5 here, and it's like it's not enough, but not sorry, I didn't mean to say not enough. It's not a lot, but it's enough to encourage me to keep going, knowing that I'm doing good work.
No, I've been gifted VRChat Plus once, but I've never been given money. I've never expected money. It's something I just enjoy doing. I like dancing. It's fun to me.
No, I did not do any private dances. I also never received any tips or anything like that. So no, possibly other dancers, but not me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I've heard it's not the most common thing, but I heard it does happen. So that's one thing I find interesting.
Yeah, people have their like a Cash App or like PayPal in their bio, and it says like if you want to leave a tip, you can or something. And some people actually do. So.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's not often, but I've received $5 from somebody. I've received $10 from somebody. I've received another 5. Yeah, I've gotten like a couple tips. And then I used to dance at a club who would pay their dancers, and I got paid $50 for one event. But then I left that club because of some bullshit BS. But yeah, I've gotten paid to dance around places. I mean, it's not mandatory, but
Wait, so
it's just
there
appreciated.
there was like in a VRChat club that paid people to dance?
Yes.
There has been multiple.
There's multiple. Yeah, they're like yeah. Oh yeah.
Really? This is the first I'm hearing of anything like that.
Oh yeah, no. Some clubs pay their dancers. Some of the owners just pay their dancers, or when they get money through Patreon, because people pay for Patreon to get VIP in the club, to get access and shit. Sometimes they like give that money to the dancers, they spread it out, or use it to upgrade the world, or some yeah, people pay real money for this shit.
There's only been like rare occasions where someone would, really just ask me for my like PayPal or Cash App, and I'd be like, I don't really need the money. And there are occasions where clubs would ask to pay me to come dance with their clubs. It's only like a small amount of people that do it, because not many people would pay for dances nowadays, and not many people would give tips, because I don't know, I don't have Cash App or PayPal on my bio. I don't really accept money like that. I do this as a hobby. It's a passionate thing. You do it once. When you do it for money, that's not a hobby anymore, man. That's a job. That's not fun anymore. So I don't accept that money, but people do generally like give out tips if they have PayPal. I've had one tip a long time ago. Someone gave me $50 because I made their night and I danced on them. But it happens here and there.
I haven't. I think the amount of money I made up to this day has been $25-$35. That's it. I don't get paid a lot, but I do it for fun, not for money.
I think I've so far made a total of $55 doing it.
So I have a weird one that I'm pretty sure is related to dancing, but it kind of came out of nowhere, and I have no idea who actually sent me the money. If you're out there, thank you if you're watching this. I had some randomly send me like $7, and it had a little note on Cash App that said like no dance is free. I don't know who it was. And then I think it was like a week later or a few days later, they sent me $77, and it said, it had a note that said, for Cthulhu may come tomorrow, so why not? So that's the only stuff I've gotten, but I have no idea whoever sent it to me.
So what was it about? I'm assuming you guys all have full body tracking, right?
Yes.
So what was it about VRChat that made you guys want to come and do the kind of like exotic dancing kind of scene with your full body tracking?
So for me, it's more along the lines of that I got into just dancing in general, because I do hip hop as well. and a bunch of other stuff. But what really like pulled me into the erotic side of the things is just the entertainment of listening to someone squeal or panic when you're dancing on them. So it's only the satisfaction of making somebody make funny noises.
For me, I needed a workout and I hate going to the gym. So dancing kind of started like subbing in for that because I like dancing. I don't like running on a treadmill. It just kind of paired along with kind of similar to what he said, just like people's reactions it just makes it even more entertaining.
So originally, when I was younger, around 5, I started dancing, and I guess I just like, and I've been dancing ever since and whatever. So then I just got more into, as I grew up, I just like danced more or whatever, and then I did my own things and the dancing stuff. But then I didn't do it for a bit because of COVID. But then like, VRChat was popping off and whatever. So then I would, I never danced on VRChat when I first started because I was a questie. And then like as years went on and stuff, and then I got older, and then I got a job, and then I got money. I got full body around a year ago, and that's actually how I started. I just started dancing as soon as I got full body. I can't lie. So then now I'm here. I guess it's really cool, just being collectively all into the same thing. Like we all love being in a club and like dancing and whatever. And I think it's a better way to access because of like the outside world and whatever. I think it's kind of cool because it's more free to do this stuff because on VRChat it's like a free thing, and you can see people dance and individually and how they do it, and especially with the respective clubs, and you can see them without paying. You know what I mean? Because like,
yeah,
because you have to go out, and then you have to spend gas, and then you have to like get like access into like a club and whatever. Blah blah.
but if you want the like full experience
full
of a
experience.
FAT club, you're gonna drop at least $2,000
Exactly.
between FBT, VR headset, a PC, a keyboard, a mouse. Like, it's a expensive
But
hobby.
the thing about it is that it's a one-time payment instead of like extended payments like throughout whatever you want.
Yeah, like paying a
Unless their
teacher or
equipment
something.
breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still accessible, and people tend to be nice. But from my experience, they have been nice until people have not been nice.
I mean, dancing in general is fun to do, and like having a stage and playing music through your mic and all that, and all the people watching is kind of fun too. So like, it kind of adds up, and then you have something to do, with the full body instead of just sitting down and like not doing shit with it.
Because me personally, I enjoy the community itself. There's a bunch of great people in this community. Being able to experience that is one thing off my bucket list. Because me personally, I like dancing. I like singing, I like doing all that shit. And being able to be part of something where people don't get judged based off how they look is very, inspiring. Seeing all these different people coming together and doing what they love.
Originally, I wanted the full set because I would like mess around with a lot of my friends, and I used to use a lot more troll abbies than anything, and I thought it'd be so fun if I could like use my whole legs and everything. I'd go around and just like joke with people. For a long time, I would wear a janitor abby, and I would go around and I'd like clean people in the black cat. Or I would go to Worlds and I would like mop and vacuum. Originally, that's why I got it, was to just have laughs and giggles. And then I started like just picking up dancing every here and there. And then like it really became a hobby for me, and I really enjoyed dancing. I truly, I make a lot of friends doing it. I enjoy, it's a good way to keep me active too. So I get to be active and I get to move around, and then I meet a lot of really good people who also enjoy dancing. So it's just really fun. It in general just good vibes. It's a good time. I've met some of my good friends dancing. Like, I don't know, it gets a lot of people happy and excited. Like, a lot of my dances, people will be like, "Woo, yay!" And I like interacting. So the more you interact with people, the more open people get. And I used to be a very shy person, and I'd be like kind of stand away. But like I'll interact with the crowd, and I'll get people talking, and I'll get people like moving and stuff like that. I think it's fun to meet people, and like if you're enjoying it, it makes it all the more better.
Well, I've been a dancer IRL my entire life, and then I kind of got reintroduced to VRChat in July of this year, and I went to FBT Opties, and I just thought it was like so mesmerizing and so pretty, and I was like, you know what, I could do that too. So I got full body tracking like soon after that, and then I started making friends, and yeah, now I'm here.
Honestly, it was the aspect of having friends, you know, because when I joined this game, right, I saw a lot of my friends, well, I made friends in the FPT back in the days. I was like, oh, these lot have full body. I want to join the group and like hang around more with them, I guess, because the more I started hanging around in FPT, the more FPT users I saw. So I was like, you know what? The main friends I made in there were dancers, and it was pretty cool. So I only did dancing just to be around them a lot.
So I find like dance very interesting, especially like hip hop or like sensual dancing, like that in that era. That like really like I like seeing it, right? And when I got but a little bit before I got full body, I met some friends who dance a little bit, who like to just go around and just do some moves and shit. And I was like, oh my god, this is really what I'm going to be doing when I get full body. Oh my god, I can't wait. And then I got full body, and so my friends are my inspiration. And then it's like, while I've been in the scene for so long, I've seen some people who do some crazy shit, and it just it really inspires me. Like I love just moving my body to music. That's really it.
So originally I came into VRChat dancing like just a form of like losing weight and like building myself, like my form of my body and whatnot. But I find myself coming on VR more often because of a bunch of like breakdancing groups, crumping groups, etc. It's just a very welcoming place for dancers in general that have FVT. Well, I started dancing IRL. I do choreographed dancing for like K-pop groups and whatnot, and it kind of leaked into VRChat because I joined a bunch of clubs, and I'm like, wow, these are like really cool dancers. So I was like, I want to be that. And so I ended up buying FBT, and then I have people helping me with my dancing. I have people like giving me instructions on what to do, what not to do, and like how to kind of go about like dancing with trackers on, because with trackers on, it's like it's horrible and it's so inaccurate sometimes. But when it comes to dancing, it's like there's a bunch of welcoming groups that will help you, and it just kind of kept me on VRChat, kept me dancing and wanting to do more.
So I know that you mentioned that you do like a little bit of like choreography for K-pop groups, but like beyond that, like do you do like exotic dancing in real life or anything like that?
I don't do exotic dancing necessarily. I do a lot of pole dancing in real life, but I mainly do break dancing in real life. I just recently got into the whole exotic dancing thing because of VRChat.
How long have you been like just dancing or like doing it like as a passion, like just in general?
Just in general, I've been doing it since I was little, since I can remember. I loved dancing, and I took it eventually. The career it grew and grew and grew, and it just turned into just dancing everywhere. So yeah.
Oh, so dancing like is actually your career, really?
Yes. Yeah,
that's sick. All right.
Hell yeah.
I've always wanted to do it, but I haven't had the chance to do it for like my time of being in VRChat due to me not having full body and not having a lot of confidence. But then one of my friends pushed me to Like, do it. You can do it. Get over that anxiety. Don't drink. You can do it. And I did it, and I failed miserably my first time, but it was cool. I always wanted to dance. It always felt freeing, like a bird.
Do you feel like and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but do you feel like dancing in VRChat has like helped you like be a little bit less like shy, a little like kind of breaking out of your shell type of thing?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Not just dancing, just being playing VRChat in general. Because I've been playing since 2017, and then I started getting to dancing in 2023, right? So I've had enough time in the community, just I have my fair share of people in the community, and talking to people here makes talking in person a little bit easier because I can like express myself a little bit more. I like express my body through music. I like express myself through my personality and stuff like that. I like sharing my world with other people. I hope yeah.
Yeah, because in my opinion, they don't get to see me. So it is way more easier to like do that. And if you don't want to talk to someone, you can just block and mute them. And there's like a shit ton of options to do something in that situation.
It's kind of 50-50 because the issue with dancing in VR is you don't see your surroundings. Like, you don't know where you're at. That's why you have to learn your play space really, really, really well. So it's kind of 50-50 for me personally.
It's definitely it's definitely helped me break out of my shell a lot. I do sometimes throw a little jig every now and again, but I won't do the same moves that I do in VRChat out in real life because these are stripper moves and I am not a stripper, unfortunately.
Is something like exotic dancing like something you aspire to do in real life?
No, I actually just do it for funsies. It's something that felt right instead of being boxed into a course of hip hop or jazz or knowing how to break dance and shit. And I'm not really all that. It just felt like what was natural to me, honestly. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to become dancers because, well, I feel like regarding VRChat dancing, a lot of people are afraid to do it because they're scared of not being full body, or they're scared of fucking up or repeating the same moves. And my honest thing to say is repeat those damn moves. You're gonna learn how to transitions. You're gonna learn how to build off those repeated moves. And if you're a half body, your best friends are fans and particles, but you need to start from somewhere to build to elsewhere.
I don't think I only have like one more question for you. So, but I'm sure, it's a question that, I feel like if I don't ask it, it would behoove me to ask it, right? So I'm assuming like, since you've been doing this for a little while, you've probably interacted with some people who are a bit like creepy or unscrupulous, I'm assuming that's probably happened to you a couple times.
Quite a few. You would think it wouldn't happen as much. It happens a lot, at least once a night, if like at least maybe like 2 or 3 times. Between just totally inappropriate comments and rude questions, or it might not even be inappropriate. It might just be people hating to hate. Like, some people will just be like, ew, you suck at dancing, this song sucks, like, you should give up, you should get off stage. Just people who are just hateful. Like, it happens more than you might think.
How do you deal with people like that?
I have a lot of patience. Sorry. So I typically I just don't even acknowledge it. And if it gets to the point where they're just sitting in my ear and they're doing it, I block them. It's a virtual game. It's easy and it's quick. I use my mute button and my block button so often just because it's a virtual game. I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody just because they might want to be hateful and spiteful. So I simply block or mute or just ignore them. I find if you ignore them, they get bored and they walk away.
Yeah, it's probably it's about a million times easier than it would be if you were like a real dancer, you can't really do anything
Yeah.
about that, you know. You can't block them in real life.
Yeah, it's it's very easy to just tune those people out. So like the dancers who actually like IRL dancers who have to put up with it, all shout outs to them. Like truly they're so great. I am glad that I don't have to do that IRL and I can simply just hit a block button. You know what I mean?
Block them, mute them, get them out of here. If you feel like, okay, so in the club scene, if someone makes you uncomfortable, you would go tell one of your higher ups, and then they'll either kick them, get them out of here, like ban them from whatever, you know, depending on their process. Before like public instances like this, you just block them, mute them. You know, just simple online, basic safety shit. Just block people. Like, you know, I tell them they're weird and shut up. And if it keeps continuing, I'll just block them. But yeah.
Is that something that happens often?
To me, not often. Not too often. I mainly dance on my friends, and then the clubs I do dance for, their audience is pretty chill.
Yeah, it definitely seems like
I have dealt it before.
Yeah, it definitely seems like with this environment, like it's a bit more strict, you know. Like I guess not strict, like better moderation. Like the moderation is a lot better in this world than like a Black Cat or something, right?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Like
yeah,
those places
usually
are a
Black Cat
fucking shit show.
instances, like, yeah, no, it's just a. Yeah, because for in here you have to be over 18 to get even like attempt to get in. And some clubs they don't even let new users or users in. So you have to be new users and visitors. So you have to be user and above VRChat rank to get in, because you know usually the visitors and the new users are controls or whatever.
I mean, I've had a few people just get like weirdly attached to me. Just in general, though, I think that's just like people on VRChat. Some people are just creepy and weird, and take like just normal social interactions as something more than what they actually are.
I wouldn't say anything creepy or weird happened on my part, but I have had instances of people like developing a crush on me as soon as I danced on them, like right as I was finished. I was in an interview for a club actually, and during that interview, someone developed feelings for me within 45 minutes of just talking to them and only like trying out for the club.
People can tend to be very creepy and very weird towards both male and female dancers. Just being at a FBT Opti in full body tracking, it attracts weirdos
Yeah,
and
people like you're like a magnet. People just start like swarming to you if you have full body and you look hot, like in avatar wise, and you dance good. Just because it's a hobby, those three things they will swarm to you. And it's like these people that, and sometimes depending on the person, they'll gain like a huge ego, and then they'll just make it their whole entire personality, and then it's kind of weird.
Some people exploit that, definitely, in the dancing community. Some people exploit it, and they will they dance just, and I guess this goes for like both genders of dancers, but I would say primarily e-boys. They're just a dancer so they can get women, so they can bed women.
So I've been to quite a few FBT club worlds, and I've interviewed a lot of people. But I have to say, and you might have an interesting perspective on this. I pretty much the only dancers that I've seen or talked to have been women. How is it different as a guy being a dancer in a club like this?
I don't see any difference, I guess. I mean, at least in my perspective, at least. I mean, back when I was like heavily dancing back in like April till July and August, when I was dancing, I guess a lot of people liked me, and then I got a little like excited about the little popularity and the fame that I was getting, I guess. Because see, her and we met in the Temptations, and that's like where I was like mainly popping off in. And I don't know, I guess a lot of people, at least in my perspective, a lot of people like me. And then I started to get dancing more and whatever, and then I started to dance in more other clubs. I mean, I haven't had really much of a problem other than, I guess, laps that I would dance on would like me as soon as I had a dance on them or whatever. It would kind of be like the people that liked my dancing were kind of a bit parasocial, and they were kind of weird, and it's like they would have feelings for me as soon as I like danced on them. So it kind of just, I kind of grew out of it, but at first it was really like uncomfortable because of how much, like, for how much I would dance like a lot during the summer, and a lot of people that I would dance on usually would be women, and they would like grow feelings for me dancing on them, despite me having like no interest in whatever. I just doing this because it's my hobby and I really like it. I don't know if that's any different for the feminine side or the female side, but either way, it's kind of weird, but usually that doesn't happen most of the time. But either way, like a lot of people like support me and everything, and I don't know, I guess I like I guess I get more opportunities. I don't know.
It varies in that sense because most of the male dancers friends I have now, there's a lot of more male dancers that I know of, but they don't just come to FPTs. They only dance in clubs or showcase, and if their friends are around, you have to really be there at the right moment, the right time, and know the right people to see more male dancers. Because every time I come to FPTs, I make sure I see my boys online, and when they're online, we all basically have this little train. When one friend dances, the other one dances, and these are males, so that's how it works. If none of the guys dance, no one will dance as a guy. The females come up here because everybody loves watching females dance. If you ever say the word strip club, everybody thinks females naturally. So being said that as a dancer for a male, yeah, it's really hard to like dance if no one else is dancing because there's no competitiveness. People don't just dance like that, especially the guys.
You know, well, I guess I would argue that it's kind of like a supply and demand type of thing, you know? I mean, obviously most people are probably looking for female dancers, but there are people looking for male dancers. It just seems like there's not that many, you know?
You know, there are clubs out there that are just male dancers, and it's really cool. You get to see a lot more of the male dancers if you specifically go there. Like, for example, Queensman. I dance with Queensman, and they have nothing but male dancers. Bachelor Pad is another one. Club Incubus. There's a handful of clubs that just do male dancers, and I see a lot of people go there. And I can see these guys that if I friend them, they'll come follow around if I'm around in FPTs. That's how it usually works.
How do you feel about like and you gave me a little bit of an answer to this question already, but how do you feel about like the VRChat dancing community like as a whole, you know? Like what are your perspectives on it?
I can't lie, if you love watching drama, it's literally this. It's all nothing but drama. A lot of immature people that have this mindset that they are mature but they aren't. It's just mental how there's like this hierarchy of people. It's a very competitive place to be into because you have like a lot of these dancers dancing at a certain level, and right now as it is, you have the dancers that are beginners, and then right after that you got people that slowly get into FPTs, and people that dance in FPT for a minute, they get told by like club owners to come dance with their clubs, and if they are improve a lot more when they dance in clubs, you got Avi creators coming up to them saying, hey, you want to showcase for me? And showcasing is like the biggest thing from dancers that want to aim to be like really good and professional in dancing, because showcasing literally like top tier dancers only get, and you can't really be amateur when it comes to dancing. So it's just levels, it's competitive, a lot of drama. It's really mix and match, really. It's fun to be around, but it's also very toxic. because certain peoples can like fuck things up. For example, these e-girls and e-boy stereotypes really do exist, and if you put yourself in a position where you mess with an e-girl, you can end up getting cancelled on this game. You'll end up changing your name because of it. You'll end up on an alt account because how bad this goes down. It really just depends. If you put yourself in the right position when it comes in the community, you put yourself in the wrong position, you're pretty much effed.
Overall, if like there's, like I said, there's like a bunch of communities out there, like VRPD, VR pole dancers. They do like, they host like these amazing events for like people that are learning to get into pole. And then there's the Bunny Buns, their breakdancing group that help people get into breakdancing, crumping, animation, everything. So if people are wanting to learn, even outside of VR, they do that as well. So if people are wanting to learn and take classes, there's definitely stuff there that's like for Discord and like over like calls and whatnot, video calls. It's just, I think VRChat's an amazing community depending on where you go.
Yeah, I always say it's a bit of a coin toss, isn't it? You know?
Yes,
Wherever you
100%. 100%. It depends on what community you thrive in.